was an absolute standout, performed exceptionally well. And we expect, it's no secret the lad's a very good talent, so he's going to keep going forward with his full career, and I'm sure he'll be collecting a number of titles. They've just got a little bit of work for Sean here to get a bit of navigation to get onto the black. A little bit of traffic to navigate. That's a nice shot. Good opportunity here for Jack to take the Victorians off to a 1-0 lead. The action's coming thick and fast. I've actually missed what happened on that other table with the good shot from Jack. They lead 1-0. So yeah, we're full of doubles today. Dan's just gone out to the full screen. We've got open ladies and masters doubles on this morning. All last 32 matches. These titles are definitely up for grabs. Doubles is a unique discipline that there is no certainties in the doubles for sure. So yeah, Barnett and Evans did win that first one over there on the other table, so they've got a 1-0 lead with the break. And yeah, race to 4, it is fairly cutthroat. Is fairly cutthroat race to 4. So yeah, you've really got to be careful what you do out there. So obviously we'd all love to play longer races, however we've only got 10 days. Lots of events to play, lots of pool. So good morning to everyone out there. Welcome again to the your Rockhampton here from the 2025 Australian 8 Ball Championships. I'm Travis Crawley, Australian 8 Ball Federation President, and flying solo in the commentary box today. If anyone's got any questions, any comments, feel free. Keep it clean, keep it nice. Dan will open the screen, the comment screen for me. Of course, we've got Dan Lynch here from CueballTV once again doing a fantastic job bringing our sport and our nationals to Australia and the world. On the first time ever, we've got the Rasson Apollo pool tables at our nationals. They've been an amazing hit, amazing success. Certainly a lot of attacking pool, and it puts us in a great position whenever we go to Worlds. We're now playing on a level playing field where we're playing on the same tables that they do over there. Which has been a problem for a number of years, that we don't have the same level of exposure as the European players do on these tables. But slowly we're introducing these tables to Australia. Bow and Arrow, good morning, thanks for the comment. Have the Australians enjoyed having New Zealand teams involved this year? Absolutely. There was a little bit of skepticism about how it's going to look, how it's going to play out. However, the response at the opening ceremony was amazing. They got an amazing welcome when both New Zealand North and South Island teams were introduced. they've been hugely popular in amongst everyone throughout the days here at the Nationals. They aren't here just just trying to be pot plants. They're actually here to win titles, and they're fiercely competitive. Obviously, once the niceties are done and dusted, the New Zealanders get down to work, and they've come over here to win titles, make no mistake. So it's great to have new players involved, especially over from New Zealand, but it's also got to keep in mind that, like I said, they're not here to make up the numbers, they're here to take home trophies. So good luck to the New Zealand players and the teams. Yeah, and we're very glad to see them here. Phil Perkins, where are all the top players? The top players are here, son. The top players are here. Some states are missing some regular players, I suppose you'd say, but they, for whatever reason, obviously, none of us here are professional pool players. We've got jobs and businesses to run, and sometimes the dates don't work out. Sometimes, some players went to Worlds not that long ago and couldn't back up coming to Nationals as well. Having a November Nationals, it is getting into the Christmas period, so maybe people have got Christmas holidays planned. So there's a number of reasons, and that's a great clearance from the Victorians. They had to do a little bit of work there early in that frame, but they are a quality outfit, and they're really gelling well together. But yeah, over the years you do have from time to time players not show up that probably would be more regular. However, they'll be back. They'll be back whenever they're available to come back. But it creates opportunity for a lot more other players to represent their state, come away, and it's great to see so many new faces, to be honest, from an AEBF perspective. No, I wouldn't think it's too far to travel. It's Rockhampton. It's just a domestic flight to Brisbane or Cairns, and then there's another flight into Rockhampton, which is more often than not you jump on the -8 and cruise into Rocky. So a lot of people did drive over. No, a lot of the NT guys hooked up the camper trailer and made the trek across from the territory. They certainly made a trip of it. So we've got the Queenslanders need to start getting involved in this match. It's quickly got out to a 2-0 deficit for them. And I wouldn't think the deficit would be playing with their heads that much. They're two very good young players with no fear at all. So give them a fair opportunity at the table. They're gonna take their chances. Great opportunity here to get a frame back. They're wasting no time. Of course, Xavier and Josh have both represented Australia. So being involved in the national championships at the high level won't faze them one bit. They've done it all before. Flirting with danger, young Josh there, but still left the X-Man a nice angle on this final yellow. He's played that well. Pretty confident with Josh knocking this one in. Right, they're on the board, the lads. on the other table, the Queensland pair have shot off to a 3-0 lead. Shot off to a 3-0 lead quite quickly, to be honest. Hello. I'm just commentating, mate. Can I call you back? All right. Bye. All right. How long have we been playing down? We've only just started. So the doubles are flying. Obviously, like I said before, these tables, the rule set, they do promote positive and fast play, and like when the balls are there, as we get to the pointy end of the tournament, the quality, quality just takes care of the out. So the Vicks have got a bit of work to do. They're 3-0 down. And not a great table ahead of them there. They've got a lot of work to do. Yeah, might leave that one alone. Let them sort that one out. We'll go back to the show table 1. Well, that's right. Yeah, the Vic pair have been occupying their chairs for quite a lot of the match. All right, I'm back. So which is the live shot? This one or this one? Which is the one that? Okay. Okay. Oh, gotcha. All right, so just tidying up some technical things. Oh, I was just about to say how well the Vicks have done to get into this frame after it was a little bit tricky at the start, but just probably a drop of concentration there has resulted in a miss. It's left the Queenslanders back at the table, and this could be over. This could be over very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, of course, there's a lot of other games going on around the room. We've got final 32 matches in the Open, the Women's and the Masters event. A lot of the matches will be streamed on AEBF Live, in addition to our stream here at CueballTV. So you can always opportunity to follow your favourite players, cheer on your state. A lot of people tuning in from over in New Zealand, so welcome to all our new viewers. Welcome to the CueballTV experience that we love to produce here in Australia. Queensland's Andy Barnett. Yeah, this one's going to be over shortly. Probably, look, if you can call it tricky, that final red on the top left corner, but yeah, he's left a nice angle there for Andy just to punch out. Not an ideal left-hander shot, but a player of Andy's experience will mop this up quite easily and probably put the white on a platter for him. Yeah, he has. That's a quality shot, and that's going to be curtains for this match. Queensland winning a very convincing match, 4 frames to 0. The Vicks really didn't get much table time, and that's what happens. That's what happens when your opponents are white hot like that. And back over to the kindergarten table, where the Victorians have taken a 3-1 lead. And don't for a second think this one's over. The Queensland lads can peel off frames very quickly. So given the opportunity, this one's still very much alive. So we've got obviously the producers have picked a couple of crackers here to stream this morning, and they're going to be over very quickly potentially. And we'll have to get someone out there to do some juggling or something to fill in some time before the next scheduled event. But yes, yeah.
And good morning.
Good morning.
2025 is started, but they didn't get a message on their phone.
Oh, you got to see.
For Joe.
Other end, yes. All right, so the Queenslanders have hot racked themselves there, and the only positive is that they probably going to get a few more visits this frame. So looking at the pack, there's not a obvious pot out. So, nice shot there from Jack. Obviously the table is still open, so the Victorians are now on the yellows, and settle in your couch, I suppose, for a little bit of a tactical match potentially. Or if the boys spotted something. I can't see it from this angle. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. Just clearing the decks a little bit, taking control of the bottom end of the table. Obviously pushing that red to the top end. That was a good shot. Obviously the Vics have got all these yellows down here at the bottom, and you got 3, possibly 4 of them can be used to separate that pack and release the black. That's a very, very good shot. Very risky to open up the yellows, however. That's very well played shot. So very important for Jack to make contact here, otherwise, and he has. He's come up with an absolute ripper. Well, this is what we get, these 4 young players, very positive, very attacking. What looked like a bit of a stalematey type of slow tactical frame at the start has turned into some very good attacking defensive shots, and we could be a minute and a half away from someone going game. A good escape. However, opportunity has knocked for the Victorians, and they're all there. So this is a great demonstration on how to really take on these tables. Once again, thanks for everyone for tuning in. Yeah, I just got the information. Yeah, the Vicks in that other show table game. Like Dan mentioned that he's hardly seen the Vicks at the table. That's because they weren't at the table. They didn't get a shot till the third frame. So, what do? You just got to tip your hat to your opponent that they just played far too well. So, unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes, not only in doubles and even in singles sometimes. It's just, you can get wiped off the table. But I think it's important to remember that just as it is easy to do that, you're never out of the match on these tables. You can put together quick frames, and that keeps you alive in a lot of matches, knowing that you can peel them off quite quickly. And so back to the back to Dempsey and Green. So the escape that Joshy did to get out of it still left the Victorians an opportunity, and they've looks like they're grabbing it with both hands. Yeah, just gonna play for the middle pocket. There's no need to try and find a corner pocket. It's just a natural roll, and it'll bounce off and leave him a straight black for the middle. Underhit it slightly, but that's okay. And this is a shot for Sean for a 4-1 victory. Rolled it in nicely, that's it. A great match by all the players. They all played exceptionally well. And a 4-1 victory. Adrian Hands, at Worlds and Doubles, you're only allowed to speak at each other at the start of every opportunity. But I've seen it. It's not the case in Australia. Why is that? Okay, in Australia, in the doubles championship, we choose to, because in the Worlds, the doubles aren't timed. So the way they do it is you only get to speak at the start of your visit, but then you can take as long as you like. Whereas we prefer to have our matches timed, the 45-second shot clock, and let the players talk as many times as they like. At least we know shots are going to be played. Every 45 seconds, you've got the one extension per team per frame. We believe, we like to replicate Worlds wherever we can. However, we believe this rule better suits our game and the optics when streaming. Is the last thing we want to see is minutes between shots and players. Just frames just stretching out too long. So we like what we've done. We believe it's the right way. We don't think the world titles is wrong. We just believe we prefer the way we do it. And all the players here, we've obviously advised everyone at the start of the tournament that all the matches must be timed, and the home team has to provide the timer. And everyone's been fantastic in organising themselves to have someone time. There's always someone sitting around that can just grab the clock and do the job. So that's why we do it like that at our nationals. So thanks for that comment, Adrian. I will get to the new game shortly, just addressing another comment. Travis, your thoughts, would Dan Lynch be eligible for AEBF Life membership for his efforts over the years promoting Australian pool? Thanks for all you do, Dan, bringing nationals to our television screens. That comment's from Brendo. I don't disagree that Dan and CueballTV has been fantastic for Australian 8 ball. The time and the effort that goes into doing what he does and bringing our game to everyone at home and Australia, around the world. And it really, the life membership, I'd have to go back and check how it's all written up in the bylaws or constitution about how life members are awarded or how they're given out. I know that you don't give them out freely, I know that for sure. But that's certainly up to the state and territory delegates. And there is a criteria, so I can't really comment at the moment. I'm not across that criteria. So, but in your comment about how valuable Dan Lynch has been to our sport, I can't argue one bit. So that certainly would be agreed upon by everybody. So. Yeah, no problem, Adrian. Yeah, just reading your comments. It's yeah, we have talked about it at AEBF level, how we adjudicate the doubles and the timing, and how we look at. There's obviously we reintroduced doubles into our nationals not that long ago, and like people come a long way, pay a lot of money, and we introducing these new events for people to play in, and it's opportunity for another thing to play in. So, you know, we're handing out Australian titles. We want to make sure that they're being adjudicated properly. And like I said, we feel that we've got it right, or we're comfortable with. Not saying the worlds are wrong. We just believe what we've done suits the way we do things. So. Obviously, sitting there at home, you want players to play their shots in a timely fashion. We like the fact that we're now at 45 seconds with the extension. We feel that's a very positive move for our sport. Obviously, we're at the minute timer for so many years, the 30 seconds and the 30-second warning. Yeah, we all remember the days. Like it was all secrecy. The only person that knew the timer was the umpire, and it was. I'm sure a lot of people have been time fouled and they didn't even know. I didn't hear the 30 seconds. But these days, everyone gets 45 seconds. There's a 5-second countdown from the referee. So there's no. We want the shots to be played. We don't want players to be time fouled. We want players to play their shots in the 45 seconds. And you know, with the excitement of the extension, 45 seconds, it all adds to it. It all adds to it. Okay, so we've got back to the TV screen now. We've got a comment. Pretty sure these guys are Tasmania NT, not ACT and NZ. Well, there you go. That's why Dan Lynch doesn't get life membership. I didn't want to say it before. But let us tidy that up. I think we've got the wrong graphics on. That's NT and Tassie. Because these two Tassie guys are the guy that's beat me and Rusty. I don't even want them on the screen. Can we get these guys off the screen? Okay. Alright, so we've got... I guess I should start commenting on the matches that we actually got on the TV. We've got Trav rambling on about other stuff. So, what have we got here? So you're on TV table 2, we've got Tasmania against Northern Territory. So the graphics are getting fixed up now. So someone asked why is Dan Lynch in line for AEBF Life membership, and I said, well, this is the reason he's not in line. This is what we've got to deal with. So we've got Johnson and Wicks from Tasmania. They beat Crawley and Wheeler in the last round. They played exceptionally well. They really did. They knocked us off 4-3. They got a master break on the hill, and the master break was not drop ins. It was exceptional. So they deserve to be in this round. They definitely earned their way through. Up against a couple of young fellows from the Northern Territory who have got a 1-0 lead. Stanton and Ahmed. I mentioned young Ryder Stanton in a singles match yesterday. He's new, he's raw, a great potter. And this year, this being at Nationals will just bring so much to his game, add to his experience. He'll take that away, and I see him being in the open side in the Northern Territory very quickly. It's great to have exciting young players coming into our sport, and we see them all over Australia, and NT's no different. You got Ryder is in the Australia Cup. You got young Adam, who's actually in the open side. I don't even think he's 16 yet. Adam Grace has certainly made an impact already at this tournament, and he's been a junior that's been obviously coming through the junior system at Nationals, and he's another one that's a very exciting prospect for the Territory. On the other table, we've got Joseph Rennie and Jason Tanaskovic from ACT. Jason had a big win last night in the singles. I think it was the last match that finished up against one of the top New Zealanders. But today he's teamed up with Joseph Rennie, and up against the hot shots from New Zealand, Singleton and Keats. So this could be a good match. Could be a good match. Oh, Gavin Wonderful, was it your fault you lost? Surely you can't blame Rusty. I definitely can blame Rusty. Anyone who wants to hear and listen, come and listen. The great blonde phenom. Like, I thought I just had to show up and hold the cue, but clearly that wasn't the case. To be honest, looking back, we probably could have played a few more. We probably could have pulled up a few more times and been a bit more patient. And yes, I missed a long shot to go 3-0 up. But let's not dwell on that. The fact that the Tasmanian lads dug in and fought back, we certainly didn't hand them the match. They did some amazing outs. So Rusty and I just had to dust ourselves off and obviously ponder about lost opportunity. So but yeah, Gav, it was Rusty's fault. right, so a bit of a contrast between the two matches we've just watched in the opening session to the two we've got now. It's a bit more tactical, a bit more wait and see. Ahmed's got a, I guarantee you, he just has to give line of sight and on the black for Ryder, and Ryder's going to put this black close. He's got a bit of the Chris Beagley freakness about him that if he's got a, actually even if he can't see it, it's still a chance. If you ever play Chris Beagley, you know what I'm talking about. From Chris Beagley's obviously the great NT player. If anyone ever ventures up there for the Darwin Open or the NT Open and you run into Chris, you, more often than not, you come off with a loss. Well, Ryder's let me down there. I expected a bit more magic, but the NT boys are still well in this frame. Yes, we've got the ticker tape down the bottom, all the current matches that are on in this session with all the results, all the live scores. So you can watch the live matches here on Cuball, plus watch the updated scores from around the room down the bottom. So bit of something for everybody. Yeah, bit of a tight table here for on the Tanaskovic Singleton match. Oh, the Stubbs boys are 2-2 with the Queensland guys. Justin and Wayne Stubbs won the Open doubles title 2 years ago. Very tough combination. I think they've won the last 2 or 3 Tasmanian state doubles, so they're very good combination. Very, very hard to beat. Give you nothing. It's a bit of work here for Tasmania. Bit of a nothing shot, that one. It looks like a tight double. It's one of those ones you not sure if it's going to double kiss. I'm not sure you can. I'm positive you can't run it in slowly. I think if you're going to double it, you have to snap it. So, getting down to his last 8 seconds. Got to do something shortly. Yeah, it was a really awkward position to be left in. Wasn't many options at all. So as you play that shot and walk away, you probably think to yourself, maybe I should have just had a crack at the double. A good opportunity for NT to take a 2-0 lead. Oh dear. That is a bad miss. So I know all too well not to let these Tassie guys in with a second chance. They do love it. Hasn't left the greatest position there with the white, but could have definitely left it a few more inches up the table. But he's mopped it up nicely. Right, so Singleton. Still some work to do for the Reds. Still some work to do. Oh, he's left it low. He's left it low. So he's obviously got to leave Simon on a position for the red where he follows it through to take the black to the middle, or he can cut it down and leave and put the black in the same pocket. So I suspect he's going to leave him to run through for the middle, and he has. So just need some nice cueing. Just get the white ball following through, and it should come out nicely for a shot on the middle pocket. And he's done that nicely. How many times have we seen that this week? In off in the middle for some reason. Oh. Well, that was an unbelievable miss to the middle pocket. They did so much hard work to. It was a tricky clearance, and I think he'd be really upset with himself with that miss, but gives the ACT lads a great opportunity to go 1-0 up. He's caught that pretty fine, Jason. I'm sure Joseph would have liked this a lot closer, but it's still very makeable. Just roll this in. Is he going to snap it in, is he? Yeah. No, he's more confident with that, so. I'm sure Joseph would love this one. About 6 inches from the black, dead straight. That's where he'd want it. Well, that's not bad. That's probably 8 inches. But that was a good shot from Jason. ACT 1, New Zealand 0. Good clearance. All right, back to the Johnson and Wicks, Stanton and Ahmed game. Reds are in play. Table's fairly open. Well, not sure how close that red is to the black, if where it goes. Maybe it goes to the middle. Yeah, it does. Not going to get. I suppose if he just rolls this and punches it, just pushes the black out a few inches, he'll be on that left hand, or that red to the left, top left corner, and that should put him nicely onto the middle ball for his second last. Pushed it probably a little bit closer to the bottom left pocket than he would have liked. So I've actually just had a live look. That red next to the middle, yeah, that probably doesn't go. Like, it might go under an emergency, but you certainly don't want to be trying to land on it. Maybe try and dislodge it now. I think he's done it. No, The angle looks pretty. You may be able to cheat the pocket slightly and run into the red, or you just take your medicine. Yeah, he probably hit it straight to the middle of the pocket. Probably need a little bit of cheat on that pocket to get that red off the rail. Well, looks like I've answered everybody's questions. Feel free to flick me some questions. I think we've got about 87,000 people viewing. So welcome to each and every one of you. If you've just joined us, I'm Travis Crawley. Live in the commentary box, got Dan Lynch next to me with all the paddles. Making sure CueballTV comes through clear to everyone at home. Big double here, big screw back. Oh, he's gone the... All right, the boys from the NT back at the table with an opportunity. So they're going to figure out how they're going to tackle this one. I think he was actually going for the two yellows closer to the rail. It's probably just a bit of inexperience there. Just, I don't know, TV table, a bit of the moment. I think he's got to compose himself. The boys have got to compose themselves and pull it together a bit. They're still very much in this match, and they still could get an opportunity this frame, but alright, so I'm pretty confident that black does not go. Is he just going to try and get it over the pocket, or is he looking for the skilled combination shot? And yeah, I'm still watching the other frame as well. So obviously the Jason Tanaskovic is at the table. Yeah, it's a good shot. The skill shot probably wasn't on. The angles weren't aligned. Yellows. Look, yellows really only need one good shot to get those two yellows in play, but so big shot coming up for Ryder. 8 Ball FM. Good to hear you on the commentary, Trav. Thank you. No, it's good to be. It's good to find a few minutes to jump on and talk about our great game and our nationals. That was a good shot by Ryder. That was a touchy shot, and a lot could have gone wrong, but he's hit it really nice. Obviously the angle, probably one of the easiest escape angles in pool. So you just hit just before the middle curve, just a touch of running side, and you should knock this in 9 times out of 10. You'll be happy with that result. Still a lot of pressure on the NT lads. And so we've got a big miss over on the other table, the shot to the middle. It's just let New Zealand back in. And to be fair, it's probably going to be a fair result, 1-1 after New Zealand handed the ACT one the last frame. Got a comment from somebody, don't know the name. How is the Blues Open team doing, Trav? The Blues are, I think we've won 3 and drawn 2. We're doing okay. I think we're not gonna oversell ourselves at this stage. A few of our guys are still trying to find their feet, but after all these singles and doubles everyone's been playing, I think everyone should be finding their game, and I think if we all click at the same time, I think we're going to be very hard to beat. So we're quite confident. A lot of new players that have come through out of our from Sydney. Really excited with the new wave of players we've found, and incredibly competitive lads. They didn't come here just to be newbies and make up numbers. They come here to win a title, and it's actually very pleasing to see. We're really happy with the lads. Okay, another shot to the middle pocket to win a frame for New Zealand here for Simon. I think you'll show the young fella how you pot a ball in the middle. That's how it's done. So, New Zealand, South Island have levelled up with ACT. Yeah, thanks, Brenda. Yeah, the Ultimate Pool Shootout event, it was left off the schedule this year. Yes, you're right, purely because of timing and scheduling. We did retain the 6 red. The 6 red is so much easier to schedule, and there's less commitment. Obviously, players. It's a good promotion for the AEBF and Pride in Sport. It takes a lot less time on the schedule. It's a bit of fun. We've thrown some money at it this year, so it's opportunity for obviously players to have a bit of fun and make a bit of money working for 20 seconds. So in terms of the Ultimate Pool Shootout, that obviously requires the commitment of every player in the room to play in that format. It's a great format, and yes, we would have loved to have squeezed it in, but that's exactly what we would have had to have done, is squeezed it in. And what we try to avoid when scheduling is having people worn out after day 3 or 4. Like we want people to enjoy their time away, play in lots of events, but still enjoy the town or city that the tournament's being played in, and they get to go have a restaurant meal with their team or go visit some sites. So we are mindful when scheduling that players do like some downtime as well. And some players didn't play in the 6 red, and that's fine. They sort of use that opportunity to do their own thing, maybe go do some washing. But of course, once we're here, all the people that didn't play in the 6 red think, oh, I would have loved to have played in that. But no, look, the Ultimate Pool Shootout is not dead and buried. It just absolutely had to get benched this year, unfortunately. Matt Pelker, yes, this is Travis Crawley commentating. Coming through loud and clear. So we've got a couple of bit of work to do on these tables. I think he's going to try and clip off this yellow. No, he's put it clean. Other than the NT Open, what big IR tournaments are coming up? Well, obviously we're getting, after Nationals, being a late Nationals, we roll into Simon. That's a foul, I think he's played. That red didn't quite touch. Yes, obviously once we kick over to the new year, or the tournament season pretty much starts straight away. I don't have the lists in front of me, but yeah, we're putting together a big calendar of events for 2026, and we all know about oh wow, that's unfortunate. He's knocked that yellow in and promoted the other yellow to the bottom left pocket, so they're running out of play balls here. Yes, the NT Open traditionally is run at the end of January, around the Australia Day weekend, I think, or thereabouts. Then you get into February and you start looking at the Geelong Open, and then March you've got the Albury comp hosted by Pool Victoria. So they do come thick and fast once everyone sort of settles back into the new year. Then you've got the Albury comp in March. Then April we've got the Anzac comp, I think at Barnett.A. The Anzac comp. Then you run into the Darwin Open the start of May. And you got the Townsville comp. I believe it's the second week of May. So there's those comps, plus I believe there are some other ones in between there, but we are releasing the calendar of events shortly once this is all done and dusted here in Rockhampton. Big chance for the NT boys here. The reds are all potable. Obviously the blacks are very potable. Just got to knuckle down and a bit more concentration on some shots. That's a good shot. I think Ahmed just, if he can knock this in with a bit of confidence and pop that wide out. They've decided to pull up. That's okay. Obviously very important for the Tassie boys to make contact here, otherwise NT lads will have a nice easy pot out. Shot by Joseph. Would have liked another few inches. He's made contact there, but he's left the red to come straight off that black. So maybe he has left it straight enough for Jason. So yeah, Joseph, little clip into the middle. No danger of an in off. So we've got both tables about to potentially finish up. Yeah, shot Ryder. Shot Joseph. Both tables finish at the same time. I'll use the opportunity to quickly duck off for a bathroom break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right, I'm back. Whew. Too much coffee, but I'm back, ready to go. So, intriguing match, Johnson and Wicks from Tasmania against Stanton and Armour from the Northern Territory. All 4 frames have been up for grabs. So, yeah, like I said, the 2 matches before these two are very attacking and open. So this gives a good cross section of when things need to get tight, a bit of strategy behind it. And yeah, keep the questions coming through. I do appreciate the questions. I think any opportunity, certainly from an AEBF perspective, to get the message out there to our players around Australia. The AEBF actively trying to make our game as accessible as possible for as many players as possible, and not just the game, the information, what's going on, where's our game headed, what opportunities exist. So yeah, we've been working very hard in the background, obviously organising big events like this Nationals, and certainly being got a lot of irons in the fire at the moment. So hopefully big things are coming. So yeah, keep the questions coming. Happy to answer any questions you guys have got. In addition to watching some great pool, at the moment we've got some doubles action. Like I said, we've got doubles all over the room. All 36 tables are in play. Open, women's and masters doubles. And now we've got both screens back in play. Another reason why Dan doesn't get life membership, because I think he was playing Angry Birds on it. He was playing Angry Birds on his phone or something. So yeah, keep the questions coming in if you've got any. Not too difficult, and I don't want any criticisms, only positive feedback, of course. Shush. Let me see. Brendo, another question. I'll quickly go to Matt's question. Do you think you will go to King's Cup in June next year in Canberra? I love the King's Cup. It is growing. Look, last year's event was massive, and obviously Maddie and the team down there in Canberra and at the Harmony German Club. It's a destination event. The venue's fantastic. The restaurant, the club, it's just magic. Accommodation very close. And if you don't get one of the rooms with those 2 motels right near it, there's hotels stupidly close anyway. So, and it's the King's birthday long weekend in most states, and it's just such a great trip. Heaps of pool for everybody, the groups, the long races. It attracts the big names. So the groups are shared around. Every group is seated. So if you're an up-and-coming player, chances are you're going to be on the table on that Saturday with one of Australia's best players, and you get to see how it's all done. But at the same time, good opportunity to qualify for the main draw. So at this stage, yeah, the King's Cup's always on my calendar of to do. I love that event. Haven't been able to win it yet. I think I've made a final, maybe a semi. Anyway. Yes, I washed my hands, Mark. Asked Tony Voyevich. I was in there. We were washing our hands alongside each other. It was quite romantic. Steve Plumbing. Hey, Trev, any big comps coming to Club 9 in Sydney? Ben, we just held the ladies' big guns there. Obviously, we're a very new club in Sydney. And, of course, full disclosure, I am a director of that club. So we're very excited to be able to open that. It's the first licensed venue in Sydney with, in New South Wales with obviously with a bar, and we've got a nice restaurant, a nice kitchen there. So things are being planned for Club 9. So we just had a lot of work coming out of Worlds, then coming into Nationals. We're going to start looking at things for 2026. So I won't say big guns won't happen. I'll just leave it there. So back to Brendo's question, can you share any knowledge of how the Ultimate Pool Leagues are likely to run in Australia in the next year or so? Any concerns of it clashing with local leagues, or even if it will get off the ground? We're very optimistic about this Ultimate Pool initiative. We aren't looking to clash with any associations or leagues around Australia. We're looking to work with each and every one of them to make this happen. So without our associations and our players, it can't happen. So we want to work very closely with associations around Australia to look very closely at this model, because if anyone's been watching how the Ultimate Pool USA has worked, and they've obviously just played their finals over in North Carolina this week, and they handed a $100,000 check to the winning team, which was in addition to a great week away playing some pool against the country's best in America. They got to walk away with some opportunity to walk away with some real money, so that's always a bonus. So that is more information will come on that, but that system only works when everyone's on the same page, and that's what we're looking to do. People have been screaming out for years to try and get some money into teams events, and that's one way to do it. But yeah, watch this space with the Ultimate Pool Teams League. So obviously what we're just trying to continually grow our sport and create opportunities for our players again. So that's another initiative we're definitely looking at for our players and around the country. So I'll just back to the tables for a minute. We've got the Tassie boys, old Singletons, pointing the finger out like a conductor out there, but a little bit of work to get on this. Has he gone under it? He gone under it. But that's okay. He's got the long yellow, which naturally brings the white out. If you just run the long yellow, and the white naturally comes out for his final yellow. So, and with the black where it is, kind of a shot for nothing. I don't think you want to play a snooker here. I think you want to attack it. I think it's a free shot. I think it's a free shot at the game. Okay, so look, I think he did pull up. I don't think he went for the pot, and as he left, might have left Jason a little look at it. If you can see it, if you can somehow get that double kiss off the black, so the black pops out and the black goes and the white goes to the back rail, that'd be a good shot here. That'd be a good shot. Morning. Oh, I've just got the AEBF administrator, Stephanie Crawford's just popped in for a chat. I'm spreading the word to the people around Australia.
Amazing track.
Oh, that's what everyone's been saying. That's what everyone's been saying. So like I said, he double kissed that black, and he's left an opportunity here for the New Zealanders. I suppose the whites in a ACT won't maybe all that displeased. I think at least they're still in the frame. Did you need me?
No, I was going to see if you
Okay. No, all good. All good. Yeah, thanks. A free shot for... Oh. That's probably the worst shot Simon's played in about 38 years. Can anyone in New Zealand that's watching this, can you just record that and play that back to him? That was a stinker. Look at him. Look at his little angry face. That was terrible. Anyway, obviously ACT's taken full advantage and gone to a 3-1 lead, race to 4. Yeah, look at him. He just anyway. It makes me happy. It puts a smile on my face to see. Oh, if I knew how to work all these paddles, I'd zoom right in on him. But anyway, it's a bit of work to do now for the South Island of New Zealand lads. The 3-1 deficit. Certainly got the talent to claw this one back. Probably would have helped not dry braking there. Looks fairly... You'd definitely like to be at the table than sitting in your chair there. There's certainly no gimmies, but you can certainly work that. So back to the Tassie NT match. I've taken my eye off. I will get back to the questions. There's a couple there I think I've still got to get to. Good shot from Jason. He's going for the... Oh. Well, they weren't missing them against Rusty and Trav. They were knocking them in with their eyes closed, but it's a different day, different things are going on. So, hey Pete. A golden opportunity now for the NT boys to take a 3-2 lead. That's a good shot from Joseph. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh, Jason's played a lovely shot. Obviously, the big concern was this red next to the black. The pockets are limited for it, but now let's roll this in and give Jason a nice little escape angle. That's not it. That's so he's got to put some work into this. Unless he just rolls it in and yeah, he would have loved an escape angle. I don't think he's got it. Alright, we're about to see a big double over on the NT table here. Has he picked a gap? Is there a gap there? Surely not. NT's gone for the snooker. Of course he went for the double, but look. Is there a gap there? It looks like there is a gap. Just got to not catch that other red when you try and pot this one. Just pot it clean, don't catch other red. I'll be back in 1 second. Oh, what an escape from Jason. He's playing great this week. I've seen him play a few shots in matches around the room, and he's really got his act together. Big opportunity here for Joseph Rennie. And that's it. The boys are through. ACT, Tanaskovic and Rennie have knocked off Singleton and Keats 4-1. In a match that could have gone either way, and wasn't pretty in the end, but what is pretty is the score line for the ACT boys. So well done. They go through to the round of 16. So we are 20 past 10 here in Rockhampton, but still got a bunch of doubles games in play. We've got the 6 red semi-finals coming up at 11, so about 45 minutes. Well, the 6 red will commence at the conclusion of all the doubles matches, so it should go pretty close. So will Gold Coast be combining Hay, Can and 9-ball in conjunction with next year's Nationals? Next year's Nationals, there's a lot happening at next year's Nationals. A lot will be released, but it will be an extravaganza of pool. So if you play any discipline of pool in Australia, I would suggest you keep next November free. If you play hayball, if you play international rules, if you play 10-ball, if you play international rules on the bar box tables, if you play black ball, if you play artistic pool, just keep November free. More to be released and announced. Nationals are locked in for Gold Coast next year. It's Gold Coast in Queensland next year at the Sports and Leisure Centre. So check that venue out. You can find it online. Google Gold Coast Sports and Leisure Centre. You can get a sneak peek what we're looking forward to next year. That's a great shot. That's just opened everything up. Got the combo now to really set up the win. There's an angle of the coffee hut and the bar. Different perspective. Tasmanians with the support crew. ACT lads over there celebrating how great they are. So he's going this way. Still okay. Just gonna play this red over the pocket, I suggest, and either stun for the middle or work your way around. Yeah, just gonna stun out for the middle. Or maybe screw right down. Yeah, no. So he took the third option, which was leave your partner nothing. See, those shots there, sometimes you just got to take your medicine and just stun them in and leave your partner the double, the red to the middle. Trying to screw or draw the white ball back down. Look, probably put a bit more thought into that one, but he's got a fine cut to the middle. Obviously going to lose the white. Just got the pool gods are going to come into play here. Yeah, the pool gods said, I'm going to leave you a little cut on the black, but you're still going to lose the white again. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's a great shot. Not an easy cut, but it's there. That's a good shot. So the Tassie team take the victory 4-2 over the NT boys. It was a good match. A little bit of an arm wrestle. Opportunities for both sides, but the Tassie guys have come out and moved forward to the round of 16. So that's going to got the 6 reds in half an hour. I'll go and prepare myself. I've managed to see my way through to this round with the Masters division. So thanks for everyone's questions. Hope I was able to answer everyone. Don't think I missed anyone. I'll probably be back later at some stage to do this all again. But for now, I'm out. See you all later.